Hello, can I measure your feet? Yeah. My foot on. And that's it. I'm done. There you go. Put it on the floor. That's it. And put your foot on. Hi, I'm Sam. I run CeCe Me, which is a mobile children's shoe fitting service. Perfect. I worked in city and financial PR for quite a lot of years until I went back after having my first child, but found I was torn between wanting to be at home with her and the demands of the job. It was a very 24/7 kind of job. So after having my second, I decided that I didn't want to do that juggling act anymore. After chatting to quite a lot of mums, I found that shoe fitting was a real frustration for people, including myself. So I started investigating ideas. I spent 6 months training with the Society of Shoe Fitters, and kind of the idea started to evolve from there. I have a preschool range which goes up to a size 10 and a children's school shoe range which just covers the early years up to a size 1. I run pop-up shops at play groups, soft play cafes and basically any family-friendly venue. Then I also do home visits. It's where children are more relaxed, they can play. I mean, quite often they prefer to be on the soft play than they would having their, but it's, you know, it takes 5 minutes, they're done and they can carry on playing, and it's not, you know, a huge thing that you have to get in the car, go to a shoe shop. Can I have this foot first? Can you put it on? So when I've got a pop-up, I tend to drop the girls at school in the morning, and then I go home, pack the car, drive to where I'm going. Most of the play groups start at 9:30 or 10 o'clock, and then most end at around 11:30, so I'm home at about midday, and then I've got 3 hours before I have to go and get the girls from school. I like the control that it gives me. Ultimately it was all about being able to spend more time with the girls and working more flexibly, and it has given me that. There's no perfect solution, I don't think. You're always going to have to choose and make compromises, but it has allowed me to keep on working, but still be around for them, do the school run, go to school events, and be at home with them to do homework. Can I have a little feel of your feet while you're standing up? The biggest challenge was that my business model is very different to the way the rest of the shoe industry work. I don't have a bricks and mortar shop, which is what everyone expects. And for the suppliers, that took a little bit of getting used to. It was a case of finding brands that had shoes that I thought were very good quality, but could also supply me on a flexible basis. Well, those are all girls' ones, yeah. And these are all boots. So I love working with the children. It's not something that I ever imagined doing. My mum was a primary school teacher. I used to look at her and be amazed that she could cope with all these children. But I think when you've got children of your own, you kind of understand them a bit better. Most importantly is to believe in yourself and trust in your idea. Don't try to copy anyone else. Be as true to yourself as you can. If you try to do it the way someone else has done it, it doesn't come naturally, and people pick up on that. And the most important thing is for people to trust you, particularly when you're doing something like children's shoe fitting, where it is a real responsibility. I spent 6 months training with the Society of Shoe Fitters, and without that I don't think I could do this job. It's absolutely critical understanding how a child's foot develops. When they're born, the foot is completely cartilage, there's no bone there at all, and the process of that bone forming and hardening takes till your late teenage years. It's very vulnerable to a deformity that can last a lifetime. You know, I tend to try and take that into every fitting. It was very important to me that the business had a charitable side to it. I wanted to collect used shoes because once a child's outgrown their shoes, there's not a lot you can do with it. I know a lot of people pass them on, which is not advisable because every foot is different. But there are children around the world who don't have an option of having a shoe, and to have a shoe offers them protection. I eventually found a charity called Sal's Shoes, so I collect on their behalf. One of the things I love most about having the business is the sense of community, and I think as a small business it's really important to, particularly if you're working on your own. Surround yourself with like-minded people so that you get the support that you would otherwise have in an office. I'm part of a small business network in the local area, which is fantastic. It's great to meet up, talk things through and look at things from different perspectives. I find through that you meet a lot of people that are very inspiring and give you a lot of motivation to carry on.